Hey guys, and welcome back to Luigi's Mansion 2 for what may very well be the final boss? Maybe? No.
You seriously think it's going to be the final boss right now?
Nah, I'm sending you down the river on a ruse cruise. Just as planned.
Oh dear.
Remember the last time we encountered a huge bit of paranormal activity? And I'm talking about the first game here.
Yes, that was a great kind of moment, followed by a boss fight that was incredibly infuriating.
Well, keep that in mind as we get transported to the boss arena. History may or may not be repeating here.
Yeah. Emphasis on the may, more so than the may not.
The very first Luigi shrinking was a success.
Well, no, but surely isn't this the second shrinking, because we had the Brainiac/Poltergeist shrinking us onto the diorama last time?
Well, that was ghost magic. Very different from science magic, alright? Wow, those balloons really pop.
I know, I feel so sorry for them. If there were any more, we could have kind of had like a weird recreation of Up.
I was actually talking about the colours, but that works as well, I guess.
Also, I love how the pun works as well. Very well done, Tom.
Say hello to Boolossus 2.0.
Well, yes, because it's called Big Boo, not Boolossus.
Don't ruin this for me, Richard.
But, and here's the fun fact. Its Japanese name is Boolossus.
Well,
or at least, I think it's Jumbo Teresa, which is, I think, what Boolossus was called in the Japanese original of Luigi's Mansion.
either way, I am right. What you gotta do in this boss fight is basically psych out Boolossus. I'm just gonna call him that for the sake of argument.
Yeah, just go for it.
Yeah, psych out Boolossus, send him flying into the train to stun him, then pick him up and fire him into the drill. This could be a bit tricky sometimes, because Luigi doesn't move around very well, and you don't get forever to, position him and whatnot. But once he splits up, you got to fire the mini-boos into the train compartments, and once they're all trapped, the fight's over.
This is definitely less frustrating than Boolossus in the original game, because trying to freeze the boos and then suck them up just was horrible.
Yeah.
Because you got to like the last boo and you could just not hit them.
It wasn't a very well designed boss fight. I mean, a lot of the bosses in the first game were pretty good. I always kind of dread having to fight Boolossus, because I'm going to be here for like 5 minutes longer than intended. Also, that one just ricocheted off the train back there. That's not fair.
I know, the frustrating thing is because you've got to be very precise in where you throw the boos. Otherwise they will just bounce off and you've just got to keep going.
A reminder, because I read this in an FAQ where someone was having problems, make sure to tap A to fire, don't let go of R.
I have nothing to say to that, unfortunately.
Because you're not that dumb. Richie does it right every single time, he's just that kind of Luigi's Mansion 2 player.
Yeah, totally. Totally didn't forget about the run button when I picked it up to try it, like, right at the start of doing the commentary for this game. No, definitely not.
It's not like modern day Pokemon. You don't have to get the running boots or anything.
Omega Ruby.
Yeah, you get them right away, as opposed to the original Ruby and Sapphire, where you get them from your mum when you leave town.
So I'm very excited to sit down and properly play through Omega Ruby at present.
Will you be watching the Hellfire Coms playthrough of Pokemon Omega Ruby, available in January 2015, coming soon?
No, Tom, I'm just going to ignore all Hellfire Coms videos for the rest of the year.
Especially Luigi's Mansion 2. Fuck that noise. I lived it, I don't want to relive it. Okay, we basically talked about the boss and bullshit for the rest of the time. What do you think about the setting here?
It's certainly interesting. I mean, I don't think... Luigi Mansion has never done anything quite like this before. I mean, the closest you'd probably get is the twins with their kind of flying and... Well, the flying plane, which is what planes do, and the car, and it was toys, and Chauncey with the rocking horse, and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, it's very creepy.
The music's got kind of a demented carnival vibe to it, which just accentuates the whole horror-filled aspect of the game. IGN 5 out of 5.
And the other thing I'm just noticing now is that ever so slightly in the music, one of the instruments sounds very similar to the Boo's laugh, almost. It's sort of. It sounds Boo-ish.
Are you sure you're not just hearing the Boo's laughter in general? Because there are a lot of them here.
Yeah. But no, just something in the way that the music is working, it fits the Boo laughter very well. Also, once again, as with Boo Losses, the last Boo is always the most huge pain in the backside ever.
Oh, this is Luigi's Mansion 2, mate. They made a bunch of improvements to the gameplay formula. Sometimes I forget just how short these boss fights can be, so I apologise for this one being so short, like video length-wise. If we've gotten around to it, there will probably be a second video today, the first episode of Mario Kart Mondays, where we play through Mario Kart 7 and 8 with fans, and this will be to complement Smash Saturdays, which is coming back soon. Just had a bit of time off from that to recuperate and whatnot. Oh, look at him go! Oh!
Ah, it's brilliant.
Anyway, back to shilling. Yeah, so there should be the first episode of Mario Kart Mondays up today. If not, I apologise for the short one. There will only be one of this length, and that will be the true boss of Treacherous Mansion, because this sure as shit wasn't the final boss. Oh no.
Oh, definitely not.
I'm gonna have some strong words with Egad when we get back. He needs to calibrate his friggin' devices properly. Huge paranormal activity. It could be King Boo, he said. Fucking getting PTSD from the first mansion here.
Yeah, Egad's just that useless.
Post-traumatic spectre disorder.
Oh god.
It took me a minute.
Like, oh god, Tom, you've just kind of probably set Tumblr off on some random rant.
Oh, Tumblr's on a rant every other given though, who gives a shit?
It's sad that at this point, like, money means nothing anymore.
You've got a high score to think of. No? Okay, fair enough.
You don't, like, have the mansion at the end of the game to work towards, and we've got all the unlockables, so it's kind of just like, oh.
Luigi's got his bachelor bungalow. It doesn't really need anything else right now.
It's true. It's very true.
But in another timeline, he got the best mansion and basically built a racecourse next to it. That's the timeline where Mario Kart Double Dash takes place. In my mind, the Mario Kart universe is basically in its own timeline.
You're seriously trying to create a timeline for all of the Mario spin-offs as well.
Yes, the RPGs are in a separate one, obviously, otherwise that would just be too weird. Although the RPGs and Luigi's Mansion have to take place in the same universe, because obviously Egad is there, and I'll leave you with that to ponder. See you next time, guys.